Hey, what's going on, everybody? I just wanted to quickly share my thoughts about the shooting that took place yesterday at the Texas Elementary School. Now, I know some of you are going to watch this and say, oh, you're a comedian, stick to comedy. Yeah, well, I'm also a father of 2 young kids, so there's no way I can stay quiet after watching what happened. Now, I speak for all parents when I say a parent's worst nightmare is losing a child. And for those parents affected yesterday, their nightmare came true, and I can't even imagine what they're going through today. With that being said, I want to address every single politician in this country, and I mean politicians on all sides, right, left, and in the middle. Can you people wait at least a week before you use something like this to push your political agenda? I am so sick and tired that every time something tragic happens in this country that fits a certain narrative, you politicians can't wait to jump on TV or social media and state your case. All that shows is your lack of sympathy for human life, and all you give a shit about is your votes. So chill out a little bit and let these parents mourn the loss of their child. Now, I'm going to share my opinion on certain things that I read on social media over the last 24 hours, and some of you might not like my opinion, might disagree with my opinion. Some of you might even stop following my page because of my opinion, and that's fine. I don't state my opinion with the intent to persuade anyone, nor do I state my opinion based on who's going to like it or dislike it. And that's what makes it my opinion. Now, some people have actually said that they should ban guns altogether or make it extremely difficult for someone to own a gun in this country. And I have one word for you: Chicago. Chicago has some of the toughest gun laws and still has some of the highest gun violence in the country. There are literally kids dying every single day. Now, you won't see this mentioned on the news or the media because it doesn't fit their narrative. But Chicago is one of the worst cities in the country when it comes to gun violence. And let's face it, when you take guns away from law-abiding citizens, criminals are still going to find a way to get them. Criminals break the law. They don't obey the law. That's what makes them criminals. Another thing I've seen people say is that this lowlife that took the lives of these innocent children, and I'm not going to mention his name because he doesn't deserve his name to be mentioned, was 18 years old, and 18 should be too young to purchase a gun. Well, that's kind of ironic because there are many 18-year-olds out there fighting for this country with guns. Now, I know what you're saying, that these 18-year-olds in the military are trained. Well, in that case, I think they should have a training school for anyone that's 18 to, let's say, 25 that wants to own a gun. They should go to a 6-month or 1-year training school so they're properly trained on the safety. Now, one thing I do agree with that a lot of people are saying is they should have strict background checks to own a gun. Like, for instance, I live in New York. I've applied for my pistol permit, and it's taking forever because it's not easy to get one in New York because they do a lot of background checks. And I have no felonies. I've never been arrested. I don't have a record. Now, if you're a law-abiding citizen, I don't know why you wouldn't want them to do background checks before someone owns a gun. I think they should even go a step further and do a mental evaluation, whether in person or on the phone, to see if that person is mentally capable of owning a gun. Because if you think that mental illness has nothing to do with these mass shootings, you are delusional, because you have to be mentally ill to take the life of an innocent person. Now, one thing I do want to ask every single lawmaker or politician out there, and I would appreciate anyone watching this, share this video so hopefully it gets into the hands of a lawmaker and a politician and something inside their head clicks. Why the hell is it so easy to walk into a school, especially armed? As a parent, I drop my daughter off at school in the hopes that she learns something, matures, makes friends, has fun, but most importantly, is safe the time that she's in this building. How the hell is it so easy to walk into a school? Why can't we have, especially after all these school shootings, 1 or 2 police officers armed at every school, or a retired police officer armed at every school, 1 inside and 1 outside? Now, I know what you're going to say, Anthony, that's going to cost money. Okay, well, here's an idea. Instead of sending all this money to other countries to help them, why don't we help our country first? Don't get me wrong. I'm all in favor of helping countries that are less fortunate or in need, but let's face it, this country needs severe help, because I think I speak for a lot of people. The country right now is an absolute shit show. And I'm not just talking about inflation or gas prices or the shortage of baby formula. I'm talking about the simple lack of respect that everyone has for each other. No one has respect or regard for human life, and it's absolutely disgusting. Or how about this? How about we just raise school taxes a little bit to pay for it? Because let's face it, taxes go up every year for bullshit. But I'll tell you one thing, if my daughter's school contacted me and said, hey, Mr. Rodilla, we'd just like to inform you that we're gonna raise school tax 10% because we're gonna place 2 armed police officers at the school to make sure the chances of a mass shooting are extremely low, I'm gonna have one question for them. Where do I sign? My thoughts, prayers, and condolences not only go out to the families affected by the shooting yesterday, but to every single person in this country affected by any form of senseless violence. We got to be better. We got to start being better people. We got to start noticing mental illness at the first signs of it. And we got to start making this world a better place to live. Because I'm telling you right now, this is not the kind of world I want to raise my kids in.